Hey guys, hello. So happy Tuesday. I couldn't remember what day it was. Um, Wanted to hop on here real quick and just tell you guys something I was thinking about. That will hopefully help you guys on your journey. So I want to title this video, You Are Here. And why I want to title that is because, like, I just realized today that I have officially accomplished everything that I desired or everything that I wanted out of life. Like everything. When I was in my 20s, if you would ask me, like, oh, what's your dream life? Write your dream life. Like, I'm living my vision board life. 100%. And if you would have asked me when I was, 19 years old, pregnant, my first kid in a abusive relationship, if I saw myself where I am today, first of all, I didn't really even have the concept. I knew kind of as much as I could know for that time, like what I wanted my life to look like, but some things you just don't know until you get there. But would I say that I see myself living this life? I'd probably say yeah. That was my dream. But I didn't know how to get there. I believed that it was for me, but I had no idea how to get to where I am. So what I did was just start little bit by little bit. Even one of my, spiritual mentors and teachers always taught me to start where you are. And I'm trying not to even cry. Oh, man. Y'all just stay on your path and just trust that it's going to unfold the right way. When I just spoke about my spiritual mentors, because I remember I met her when I was in my probably mid-20s. And I think I just read the book. I had found the book, The Law of Attraction, in my church library. And I was super mad when I first read it. I was like, how these people talking about doing all this and da-da-da-da. So I went to my dad about it because, he's a pastor. I was a super Christian. So I was like, this isn't in the Bible. But, my dad was saying something that surprised me. He was like, these are the founding principles. These are the principles that the earth was founded on. When God created the earth, he founded it with these principles. These universal laws. So we can be mad that everybody else can tap into it and use it. And then you sitting around talking, oh, but I'm holy, but you're not using them. And they're flourishing over the same, God didn't just create air for Christians. He didn't create the sky and rain for only Christians. Everybody get to use it. Everybody. So if you're not, that's your choice. That's it. And so when I learned that, I was like, well, shit. Let me tap in. And when I opened myself for that, that's when I started on my path. I feel like I've always been connected. Let me always say that. I just didn't have a name for it. Let me say that. But I always would, write what I wanted and it would come into my life. I just thought I was lucky though. And so once I got intentional about utilizing the principles, then I met my spiritual mentor when I was about 25, 26 probably. And she was doing law of attraction classes. And I just went, just to get more information, and because I had done a little bit more. And she says, start where you are. Yeah, you have a big picture dream for your life, but you have to grow into that dream. That's why I'm 40 right now, and now I'm living my dream life. But I had to grow into who I am now. Does that mean you can't live your dream life at 25? No. You'll live it for what it is at 25. Every year that I manifested something, I manifested what I was for that time, what I could believe for that time, what I could receive for that time. But I knew, like I said in my other video, I knew like a little bit about it because I manifested my husband. I was intentional about it. You know, first my first relationship that was terrible, I knew I manifested that. So I knew if I did it the right way, I could get the right thing. So that's how I manifested my husband, who is my soulmate. Like, he is my soulmate. And we've done this together. Even though he lets me be who I am. He knows what I've said and what's happened in our life. He's seen it. So he trusts in me because he saw my ability to create and manifest. So he just like, hey, you just tell me what to do, and he's like, I'm the muscle, so you tell it, you come up with the idea, and I put it in action. So he trusts me with that. But turn on the air, sorry y'all. But I had to, going back to what I was saying, you have to believe for where you are. That's why I say you are here. Where are you right now? What's the next big step? If the dream life is too big, if it's too big, what's the next thing? I remember when I first learned this concept, at this point, I wanted to, I had manifested jobs before and had some awesome experiences, but it was one specific job that I wanted, or career. I couldn't get that door open, and I didn't have experience. I was like, but how can I make this happen? But I got clear on it. She said, just believe for what your next thing is, where you are. If you can't dream or think of trying to manifest $1 million, is it just money to pay off a trip? Is it money to buy a car? Whatever you can do that's palatable for you, do that. Okay? And then as your experience starts growing, you'll believe in yourself more, and it'll be easier because you'll see, I can start doing small stuff. If you can't do a car, then do a cup of coffee. Start exercising your muscle so you can see how you are able to manifest. And so what I did was I manifested my dream job. I was in a school for coaching. I was in a coaching program, and I was like, oh, I've been doing this at the church. I was a youth leader. I've been a coach. I didn't know I was a life coach, but I can see now that I was a coach. And so I start working toward becoming a certified coach. But I was like, I don't want to do how everybody else doing it. I want a job. I want them to pay me to coach. This was unheard of back then. This was like 2012. It was unheard of. So I thought, but guess what? So I think I started going to the classes in the summer. I was going to her law of attraction classes in the summer. I believe by September. I'm pretty sure it was fall. I know it was around fall time because of what I wore to the interview. I wound up manifesting a coaching job. And it was my dream job, for real. I knew I didn't want to work in an office. I wanted to work from home or have the ability to work wherever I wanted. And this is this is 2012, 2013. Remote jobs were unheard of at this time. I knew I wanted an iPhone too. I don't know why, but I was putting a list. And so what wound up happening is I manifested this job, and the job was remote. We'd have to go see our clients. I was a job coach. We went and seen our clients in person. You got your county and you had to go see people. And so I was able to help women who were transitioning off welfare and people who were unemployed through the Department of Labor. And our office was our car. They gave us a stipend for our gas. They gave us a MacBook, brand new, and our iPhone was our office phone. They gave us that for the job. So I manifested not only my dream job of coaching, but just the small things I wanted of a phone. I didn't even think about a MacBook. Like, they gave us a Mac, like a brand new MacBook, brand new iPhone. And so I remember that feeling of like, wow, I created this. This is crazy. And other people knew it too, because I would tell people back then, I don't tell them now, but back then I would tell people my manifestations or what I was hoping for. And people saw it come to be. And even now I'm sitting here and I'm just like, damn. Like, everything I wanted, I live in my dream home. We moved in about 3 years ago. Even when we were moving, my daughter found, like, I don't know if I told y'all, but she found the list that I wrote. It used to be on my wall in my old office, and then I put it in my desk and forgot about it because I was sad that I wasn't seeing it. So I gave the desk to my older daughter, and she was using the desk for school. And so when they were cleaning out the drawers, my daughter and my husband, she was like, she found the list. She was like, "Daddy, this sounds like the house that we're moving into." And he was like, "Honey, that's how your mom is. She magical like that." So, but it's like 2 things on the list that wasn't, but we're living in that house. When I got married to my husband, I told my dream car was a white Range Rover. And I tell people this all the time. He got so mad. We had to have a counseling session about it, because he was like, "I can't afford that. Why she want this dream car and stuff I can't afford?" But like, I'm in that car right now, and he got it for me for my birthday. He got it for me for my birthday. My husband makes multiple 6 figures now. Not only could he not believe to make 6 figures, he definitely wouldn't believe he was in the multiple. If you don't know what multiple is, that's when you're past 100,000. You out of the ones, you're in the 2s and 3s. So he makes multiple 6 figures. But I remember when we met, he was making 10. I think I was making $10. He was making $9. I met when I was 23, 22 and a half. And as we've grown, even the way he got to 6 figures is, I was actually coaching somebody to make, and he wanted to make 6 figures, my client, and his background was so similar to my husband's. I would show my husband his resume, and I was like, "Babe, you could be doing this too. Like, I'm finna help him make 6 figures. I can help you." And once my husband was able to see that, like, and once I got him the job, my client, then it became real for my husband. So once it became real, he could see it. He went from making $50,000 to literally $100,000. He got a $10,000 sign-on bonus. I'll do a video about that too. But he went from making $50,000 to his salary doubled, and he went to $100,000. Plus, he got a $10,000 cash sign-on bonus. And from once he started making that, it just, once you know you can do something, everything else is easy. And so that's what happened. Once he started making $100,000, it just shot up. But that's really what I want to, just to wrap it up. You are here. And guess what? You're going to make it to where you want to go. Whatever your dream life is, you're going to get there. You're going to get there. I just realized I'm living the dream that I have for myself. I have my dream business. I'm married to my soulmate. We're celebrating 15 years of marriage this year. We've been together for about 18, 19 years, but we're celebrating 15 years of marriage this year. We have our dream home. I drive my dream car. My kids are living the life I've always wanted for them. And why it seems like some people look at like, wow, y'all, we know we just started. Like, this is just like, oh, okay, cool. We got the surface level stuff down. Now it's on the bigger and better. So you are here. Yes, you are here. And me, I'm here. But that's not where I always was. And where you are, you can still go further. You will go further. You are going further. But what's the next big thing? Have that dream vision, have that dream goal, that dream life, whatever it is. And if it seems too big, it should be big. It should be big. It needs to be big enough that you really can't do it right now. Make it so big that you have to work up to it. That's what I did. We made our dreams so big that we had to work to it. It's in our first house, but we had to go little bit by little bit by little bit. Okay? Work toward the dream. And what that will do is you'll start building up your confidence in your muscle. I could have had this Range Rover years ago, but the honest truth is I had to grow into it, because I did the self-worth, and I had to realize that I had some issues. I didn't want people judging me like, oh, she thinks she's better than everybody, or oh, she's so sedity, or yada yada yada. Inner work stuff I had to go heal that I heard as a child. Oh, you stuck up, she thinks she all that. I had to work through that stuff, and then worry about people judging me like, oh, they think they're all that. Who does she think she is? That's the little talks in your head that if you won't deal with them, they're going to keep shutting you down. Every time you want something, it's going to shut you down. Who do you think you are? Where do you think you're from? I had to do all that inner work to get to where I am now. And most times people hate doing the work. My husband had to heal his poverty conscious because he had it. We come from working class families, and that's what it is. We weren't even middle class. We were working class families. His parents and my parents, working class people. And you have to undo all that years of training that your parents did on you. Money don't grow on trees. You know, save more than you spend. We ain't got enough for that. We ain't this. We ain't rich. We barely got enough for that. And our parents, and our parents still, not only for that, my husband was from a small town at that. So, that's a whole nother thing. Small town. At least I grew up in Atlanta, where I know my mindset was able to see the big picture. My parents still encouraged us to dream big and go after our dreams. But, but still, you have to overcome all that. So yes, you are here. And I'm telling you, I promise you, you will get to where you want to be. I know it, because if I made it, so will you. But you have to, 1, do the work, do the inner work. 2, do for what you are right now, where you are right now. What's your next big step? What's the next thing that you can believe for that's palatable? That you feel maybe it's kind of big, but you know what? I feel like I can do it. So maybe it's in your salary. Maybe it's, I don't want to be in this apartment no more. I want to believe for a house. Maybe it's, I know I don't have a down payment for a car, but 1, I need a new car. I want a new car. I'm ready for this new car. I'm going to start believing for this car. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Write down that next big thing that you want to start working on. Have that, have that dream, vision, that vision for your life, that ideal life. Have that there. Yes, please. But I want you to start working on the next thing, so that once you get there, you can look back and say, I intentionally brought this into my life. I intentionally made this a part of my life. I now trust myself. Look what I did. Now let me try something bigger. That's how you work your muscle. That's how you get stronger. That's how you believe in yourself more. That's how your faith starts to grow. When you see what you've done up until now, and you have proof, that's why I can do what I do, because I have proof that I know what I'm doing. I have proof that scripting works. I have proof that making lists work. I have proof that vision boards work. I have proof. My life is proof of that. So I want you to start proving to yourself that you can. All right? That's the video for today, y'all. I just had to get that out. Love you guys, and I'll be back with another one. Bye.